A paid off car is a blessing. A paid off car is a blessing. And I know you're sitting there talking about I'm gonna just use my income tax and buy a new car. Don't do that.
Is it worth it? Yes. We're getting to a time now, a lot of people I've been seeing are fixing their cars, even when it's way expensive, because new cars or even a couple-year-old cars are so high on their cost.
Fix your car. If your car is paid off and something goes wrong, just go ahead and take it to the shop and get it fixed.
This truck has been paid off a very long time ago. She just hit 319,000 miles. You do not need a very expensive vehicle. Granted, I know people, other vehicles don't come for me, but when your payment is more than a mortgage, in the words of my 7-year-old niece, that is cuckoo bananas.
If I had to do both of those things over again, I would have kept my Malibu that I was paying $237 for, paid it off, and I wouldn't have any car payments, and all that money would be able to go to investing.
Having a paid off car will make you never want to buy another vehicle, especially with the APR rates that they currently got. They look like credit card rates.
I drive a 14-year-old car. It's not new, it's not flashy, but it's one of the smartest financial decisions I've ever made. I purchased it secondhand years ago for $7,000, and it's helped me avoid years of repayments, debt, and financial pressure.
I'm like, if I have a car that's paid off, I don't pay a car note. And because I don't pay a car note, my car insurance is crazy, ridiculous, dirt cheap. Why would I?
Well, I hope you guys understand that many people bought their vehicles at a time when vehicles were at an all-time high. These same people who can't afford their mortgages, can't afford their rents, have let these vehicles return to the banks.
Don't let boredom or needing a dopamine rush put you in a situation where you're now spending money every single month on a car that you do not need.
We have the highest level of defaults that are going on right now in the car market, and we also have credit card delinquencies that are extremely high right now. So that tells me that in the marketplace right now, people don't have money, they've overextended their credit, and now they can't buy goods. They can't buy cars because they just can't get loans for them.
If you're shopping for a new car, do yourself a favor. Don't. Lots of stuff loses value over time, but nothing sheds value faster than a vehicle.
Number 5, being debt-free is a great feeling. When I paid off my student loans 5 years ago, I learned just how stressful having debt can be. Right now, I would rather be debt-free driving around my grandpa car than in debt driving something else.
Now, a couple of weeks ago, I did have to get not only my new shoes, my new tires on my baby, I had to also get this oil leak fixed. So I think it was like a spool valve and a cover gasket, some type of valve cover gasket. No more leaky oil smell. I would much rather pay for the maintenance of keeping this car up than buying a new car, because it only happens once in a blue. This car has been so reliable for me. I'm always in a Honda. I had a Honda Accord 1999. That I called it the green machine. I loved it. It was a 4-door. Then I gave it to my son, and I don't know what happened. It's gone. But now I have a 2010 Honda Accord, and I love it. And I'm not getting rid of it.
Fix your car. If your car is paid off and something goes wrong, just go ahead and take it to the shop and get it fixed. Do not listen to people that are trying to influence you to go ahead and get a car note. You are going to hurt financially. They saying the minimum car notes now are going for $700. Within 2 months of paying that car note, or even 3 months, you could have paid to go ahead and get your paid off car fixed. Fix the car. Don't go out here trying to get no car note. You're going to regret it.
Many people convince themselves that they can afford their monthly payments when in fact they can't. Just because you can get finance, you can get approved on a car, doesn't mean that you should buy that car.
The trap of having a car payment and then paying the luxury price for the maintenance on top of that, I'm good. And a lot of these people who have figured out now that maybe I shouldn't have gotten that luxury car are stuck, unless you want to return it and then end up in a repo situation. But now you got to pay for it.
Well, I hope you guys understand that many people bought their vehicles at a time when vehicles were at an all-time high. These same people who can't afford their mortgages, can't afford their rents, have let these vehicles return to the banks, causing a bottleneck at the dealerships. They have vehicles from 2023, brand new vehicles that they cannot sell. They have 2024s that they cannot sell. And then they have 2025s coming in right now that the dealerships cannot sell. And these sticker prices on these vehicles are still $50,000 to $80,000. It's so bad to the point where at the auctions where dealers get their vehicles, no one is buying them. You will see layoffs at the factories. You will also see a huge slash in the price on these vehicles very, very soon.
not only being able to just move cars because people don't have money, but because people aren't able to get loans for a lot of these vehicles. We have the highest level of defaults that are going on right now in the car market, and we also have credit card delinquencies that are extremely high right now. So that tells me that in the marketplace right now, people don't have money, they've overextended their credit, and now they can't buy goods. They can't buy cars because they just can't get loans for them.
But it saves money to stay in a car for a long amount of time because eventually the car will pay for itself in some form or fashion. I don't even remember how much I paid for this car.
In America, we're brainwashed to think that we should get a new car every 3 to 5 years, like your car has some sort of expiration date. But this is the most expensive way to own a car. Every car depreciates and a new car will lose 20% of its value once you drive it off the lot. Another 15% in year 1, and by year 3, your car is usually worth half of what you paid for it. But here's what nobody tells you: the longer you can keep your car, the less it will cost you per year. Look at how much you save if you hold on to a car for more than 5 years. Let's say you buy a new car. The average price of a new car in 2026 is $50,326 according to Kelley Blue Book. You're paying $50,326 to use the car for 1 year, but if you own the car for 3 years, your cost per year is $16,775. At 5 years, it's $10,065, and if you can drive the car for 10 years, your cost per year is $5,033. The lesson here is simple: buy a car once, drive it into the ground, and that will save most money.
But to have no car payments now, it's a blessing. It is a blessing. So all I got to do is pay for oil changes and little maintenance things here and there. Like the other day, new tires, new valve cover gasket and spool tower, whatever. It's fixed. I don't smell that oil leak no more. I am keeping this car forever. And I love it.
A paid off car is a blessing. A paid off car is a blessing. And I know you're sitting there talking about well, I'm gonna just use my income tax and buy a new car. Don't do that. Don't ruin your blessings for no damn reason. Oh, but it costs $2,000 to get the car fixed. And the new car note is $400 to $600 a month. We're gonna be spending $2,000 every 3 or 4 months. Get the car fixed so that you're not struggling all the time.
Having a paid off car will make you never want to buy another vehicle, especially with the APR rates that they currently got. They look like credit card rates. Y'all just nonchalantly paying $1,100 for a car payment. Baby, I wish I would. That 2016 will stay with me until my son turns 16. And then I'm going to pass it on to him. And hopefully by then, the economy done got a little bit better. I'm be real with y'all. I don't even have $1,100 for rent, so I know damn well I ain't got it for no car. And then they want you to keep the car legal. They want you to keep the insurance on it. Keep the tag up to date. Baby, go ahead and suspend my... Now I see why everybody getting bikes and scooters and four-wheelers. I'm about to go through the woods too to get to work. You can have one or two things. You can either have a car or you can have a house. I think I'll take the house. I could just Uber. I have no social life. I go to 4 places during the month. There's no reason for me to even pay for that. The gas gonna been and went bad by the time I went somewhere else. And then you can go to that car lot right now and get that car for $40,000. You drive that red light. It done depreciated in value. That now $40,000 car is $22,000.
Normalize driving vehicles that are 20 plus years old, and you don't have to spend $90,000 to get from point A to point B. I drive a 2002 7.3 Power Stroke diesel truck that my in-laws bought brand new back in 2002, and I looked it up. It was a $33,000 vehicle. In today's money, it's about 50 grand. This truck has been paid off a very long time ago. She just hit 319,000 miles. You do not need a very expensive vehicle. Granted, I know people other vehicles don't come for me, but when your payment is more than a mortgage, in the words of my 7-year-old niece, that is cuckoo bananas. You don't need that. Now, I know that vehicles nowadays are nowhere near as trusty as these older vehicles. I know that. Why would I trade this truck in or sell this truck to get anything else? This is going. Her name is Betty. She's only done me dirty a couple times, and that's fine. What vehicle doesn't do you dirty at least once? This truck has had history. She was stolen in Vegas. She has been through some I love this truck. Normalize having a 20-plus-year-old vehicle.
If you've got a car that is paid off and you're thinking about getting a new one, think about it. You already have a car that's paid off. It gets you to and from where you need to go, and you're saving money. Don't let boredom or needing a dopamine rush put you in a situation where you're now spending money every single month on a car that you do not need.
It's not normal to just pay off a car no more. That's not normal. That's not a thing no more. And the reason why I'm asking is because I was having a conversation the other day. I was getting my oil changed. And I started sparking up a conversation with the guy that was checking me out, that was working there, right? And we started kind of talking about, different cars and like reliable cars and stuff like that. And I told him that, a couple of months ago, I had to replace my car radiator fan. And I remember he asked me, like, well, how long have you had the car and things like that? So I told him. And then after I told him, he was like, oh, man, it's time to get a new car. Mind you, again, I just needed to replace the radiator fan, right? That was it, right? Nothing wrong with the car. The radiator fan went out, right? And the radiator fan hadn't gone out since I had the car, and I had the car for a long time, right? So for the radiator fan to go out, it was fair. But dude was like, "No, man, I'm telling you, once you start, having to fix things like radiator fans and things like that, things go downhill. It's best to just get rid of the car and just get into something more newer." But in my mind, I'm just like that. I've heard that perspective so much, right, when it comes to cars. But in my mind, I'm like, I don't think people really understand fully the financial commitment that comes with buying a car, right? Just like I don't think people don't understand the financial commitment that comes with buying a house. So in my mind, I'm like, if I have a car that's paid off, I don't pay a car note. And because I don't pay a car note, my car insurance is crazy, ridiculous, dirt cheap. Why would I have an issue with my car, a car maintenance issue that I could take to a mechanic and fix it, result in me just going to get a completely new car and entering into a completely new contractual financial agreement for a car?
Is it worth it? Yes. We're getting to a time now, a lot of people I've been seeing are fixing their cars, even when it's way expensive, because new cars or even a couple-year-old cars are so high on their cost. They're like, yeah, it sucks to put a grand into this car or $4,000 into that car or $3,000 into that car. It's not fun. It never is fun. But it sure beats a $2,000 a month car payment for 78 months or 80 billion years or whatever it is they're trying to do to people. I can do the $3,000. I don't want to do the $60,000 for a new car.
If you're shopping for a new car, do yourself a favor. Don't! Lots of stuff loses value over time, but nothing sheds value faster than a vehicle. You've probably heard that a new car loses value as soon as you drive it off the lot, and that is true. Industry estimates put that at around 10% almost immediately. Hundreds of dollars gone in 60 seconds. But the real hit comes over the next few months. Most vehicles lose about 20% of their value in their first year, and depending on the brand, like say a Ford F-150, that could be nearly 30%. And it will keep losing value every year from 5 to 15% depending on your ride. So when can I buy a car? How old or new does it need to be for me to not get totally screwed? Well, the number crunchers say that the best time to buy a car is after that first year when it loses most of its value in the least time, but before the manufacturer's warranty expires. So instead of dumping a bunch of money into a new car and watching it vaporize instantly, keep your eyes out for low mileage vehicles between 1 and 5 years old, and you will get a lot more ride for your buck. I'm just trying to help you out.
Now, my younger kids keep asking me, "Mom, when you gonna get something newer? Mom, we need 4 doors," because as you can see, I'm in a 2-door. And I said, you know what, y'all doing okay. Y'all doing all right. Y'all can sit back there. Y'all are still little. What you worrying about 4 doors for? Get in on this other side and get your behind in the back. You'll be all right. Now, eventually, I might have to get something bigger, but my trunk is large. I love that. It rides nice. The maintenance is low. Why would I get me something new? No, thank you. Not at this time. I'm going to keep this 2-door. It has been working ever since they were born. They've been in this car, and they are just fine. They're going to be all right. And pretty soon, they're going to want to drive my car. So they'll be in the front seat at some point. This car works. What's that song? Sitting in the lap. Sitting in the lap. Sitting in the lap of luxury. Sure feels good to me. I'm good. I'm good right here. Watch this.
A car payment is literally the number one wealth killer in the show. My son bought his dream car at 21, a Chrysler 300. And I bought my first dream car, I think at 40, which was a Lexus ES 350. And his car payment at the time was about $600. And my car payment at the time was $537. I want to repeat that. I was making 6 times more than my son made. And his car payment was $70 more per month than I was paying. He also couldn't contribute to his 401k. He also couldn't contribute to the employee stock purchase program. Why? Because the bulk of his net income was dedicated to a depreciating asset. Listen, there is nothing wrong with having your dream car, but it should not hinder you from preparing yourself for financial independence in the long term. I drive my dream car now, right? In 22, I bought a Cadillac Escalade. And guess what? Just like my boy Quay is saying, it becomes just your new normal. It's just a car that I get in. If I had to do both of those things over again, I would have kept my Malibu that I was paying $237 for, paid it off, and I wouldn't have any car payments, and all that money would be able to go to investing.
And the luxury market for cars, people know how to market that luxury to people who can't afford it. Like they make it look all good. Like, yo, y'all gonna love this. And you're gonna love it for a time. It does look good. But what looks even better is my bank account and my bank account. But yeah. Yo, I'm telling you, as I'm watching these cars on the road today, I'm not seeing a whole bunch of glitz and glamour on these roads. And I think a lot of people are catching up that, luxury living is not all it's cracked up to be. You might look nice in your Mercedes or your BMW or whatever, but the maintenance is what gets a lot of people. The extra maintenance. Unless you're leasing and you have this program or whatever to pay for oil changes and certain things at certain miles. But a lot of people who do not have that find out the hard way.
5 reasons why I drive a 20-year-old paid-off car instead of getting a new one. I'm Taylor, and I share the imperfections of my life, like how I drive a 2006 Toyota Camry. I was gifted this car over 10 years ago, already paid off, and here's why I keep it instead of buying a new car. Number 1, I don't have a car payment, which allows me to put that money toward investing for retirement and saving for my wedding instead. Number 2, I upgraded my stereo years ago so I can still listen to music and podcasts whenever I want. Number 3, my car is simple. There aren't a ton of gizmos and gadgets. It's a very minimal car, and I like the simplicity of it. Number 4, if someone were to accidentally bump into my car and scratch it, I would be a little bummed, but not like I would be if my car was brand new. My car has plenty of paint chips and random scratches that I've just accepted at this point. Number 5, being debt-free is a great feeling. When I paid off my student loans 5 years ago, I learned just how stressful having debt can be. Right now, I would rather be debt-free driving around my grandpa car than in debt driving something else.
A lot of times people want to buy those luxury items because they look so nice. And I don't disagree. They do look nice. I look at a lot of cars on the road today and I'm like, oh, that's a nice truck. That's a nice car. But I like my money in my wallet. I like my money in my bank, in my investment accounts. I like my money there as opposed to going out to another bill. It is what it is. A lot of people find out the hard way. Now, if you can afford it, of course, splurge, do what you do. But for a lot of people, they are finding out that, living in the lap of luxury ain't always good for me. It's a song.
I drive a 14-year-old car. It's not new, it's not flashy, but it's one of the smartest financial decisions I've ever made. I purchased it secondhand years ago for $7,000, and it's helped me avoid years of repayments, debt, and financial pressure. After having personal loans in the past, I know what that kind of stress feels like, and I never want to experience that again. It's got rust, the paint's chipping, and there are no bells or whistles, but it starts every time and gets me to where I need to go. And honestly, a cheap car gets you the same place as an expensive one. The only difference is the price tag. Paying interest on a car that's only going to depreciate in value over time has never made sense to me. I've learned to stop making financial decisions to impress people and to prioritize what actually matters to me.
All the glitz and what they say, all that glitters is not gold. All the things, it's not the glitz and glam. It's not always glitz and glammy. When it comes to buying things of luxury or luxury status, you have to just sit here and say, you know what, was it even worth it? For some people it is. Like, it's your dream car. It's something that you've always wanted. And I can understand that, but just make sure you can afford it. I'm not in nobody's pockets, but in the long run, you want to think about those things. That's why we have financial advisors. That's why we have these podcasts where people talk about how much they're spending and how they need help controlling their spending. It's because of the things that we have been influenced to buy. But we haven't always been taught how to keep up with those things. We've been taught to keep up with the Joneses, but not keep up with the maintenance on that car. So what kind of car are you driving? Is it a luxury car? Quote, quote, luxury, quote, unquote, luxury? Or is it a regular degular, we just out here getting from A to B. All right. As always, thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you on the next video.